good, y'all? Welcome back to our season finale. It is super late. It's not actually that late. It's just really dark. But we're in our season finale. Seasons, holidays, weather, everything's around us. Holidays around the world. Before we get started, though, I want to introduce our amazing guest to the side of us.
Hi, my name's Ariana Campos. I'm a Mexican-American living in East LA. Little background for you. Right now, I'm studying to be a teacher. So, teachers in the room right now. But that's my little introduction. So, okay, I'm really excited. I'm sorry. Oh, well.
Definitely. So you said being a Latina, what is a common holiday that y'all celebrate?
I think the common holiday my family likes to celebrate, even though it's not like how I put this, Dia De Los Muertos, you were talking about that earlier. My aunt makes it a tradition to put the ofrenda and everything. And she really goes with the family history. She has photos from 3 generations, and she has family members that passed away, and she displays food that she likes. And it always has a story. For starters, one of her family members liked mayo. She loved putting mayo on everything. And so every year I was like, has a freaking jar of mayo next to their name, and they're like, and I could just see my spirit be like, and what's wrong with that? That's my own business. But I love that my aunt does that. She really appreciates it. And I feel like every year as a kid, I remember getting the sugar skulls for the ofrenda, or having a whole box of memories, especially now that my grandma passed away a while ago. She always plays a big part in my heart. And her thing was always having stones or pinwheels. She was obsessed with pinwheels. So having that in her friend, that's very memorable to me. And it's very much how I say it, not appreciation, but it's kind of going through memory lane of seeing all the family members and seeing what they used to love and bringing back those stories.
Interesting. Would you say, another friend, that for those who don't know what that is, or even know how to pronounce it, what is that? How does that look?
It's kind of like a shrine. You're having pictures and you're displaying like arts that they used to do, or mostly food for us. We put stuff they used to like I said, the jar of mayo, or their certain favorite gum, or the piece of bread they used to eat, or the sodas they used to drink. It's more of celebrating their lives. It's always been that way for Dia de los Muertos. We have this tradition of just celebrating who they used to be, celebrating their lives and what they meant to us.
You got you. So it's like a day, like a remembrance day of the dead, remembering them.
Yeah, I think that's what I love about it. It's basically going through memory lane of those family members you once shared a life with and no longer have, but you could still appreciate them even if they're not in this life with you.
Got you. And then would it be wrong to have ofrendas for friends and family members who are still alive, or?
I don't think it would be wrong. I mean, I've noticed this trend on TikTok that they're doing ofrendas for pets they lost. And there was this really cute one that made me go, you better stop. You better stop. And it was this tiny ofrenda for a hamster.
That is cute.
I was like, stop. I was gonna cry. And then those are memorable too. And there's nothing wrong with having living ones, I think, because the whole point is to appreciate the life you have. Appreciate the living. And it goes all the way back to our ancestors, to the Mayans, that it was appreciated for a god. And now that we're appreciating it now, it's not just a simple little cute holiday. This is something that we genuinely do just to appreciate the living that we have.
Definitely. And you mentioned something that's really interesting nowadays, especially in America. We fear and try to avoid death. And death is a scary thing, though at the same time, like you mentioned, it's a reminder of the life, what you did on this earth.
For me, this is what I love about doing Chicano studies and everything, is that when we study it, we learn to appreciate life. And in Chicano studies, we learned that in Aztecs and Mayans, they never saw death as a bad or an ending. They saw it as a called transformation, that you're transforming into a new life. And the way they would say it is you're transforming into a hummingbird. And it's because when you die, this is what my Chicano, just reference, disclaimer. This is what my Chicano teacher said, that when a person dies, they lose like 22 grams of weight. And they're saying like that's their soul leaving their body. And a hummingbird weighs about like 22 grams. Again, this is
speculation, this is ideas.
So he's saying that no matter what, even then, death is just a transformation. Because regardless, it's part of nature, and nature is all about transformation. So life and death is just part of that cycle. And I think that's why we love Dia De Los Muertos in the channel story, because don't get me wrong, Latinos aren't dramatic. I'm gonna be real. As a Latino, as myself, we're very dramatic people, but we love the flair of understanding that this is life, this is how it's gonna be, and there's nothing wrong with it. If we could throw a party, we'll throw a party.
If there's food, we'll be there.
Exactly. And that's why I love about that holiday the most. Like in general, that's why I appreciate that holiday.
Definitely. And transitioning from a holiday that you celebrate and view and love a lot, what is a holiday that you would view as unusual or even unnecessary?
I think I could say this for all Latinos is Cinco de Mayo. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I'm being very serious. I've never seen a Latino or anybody, like it doesn't matter like what ethnicity or anything. I've never seen someone celebrate it. Like in my community, I've never seen anyone genuinely celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Except like getting drunk and
and like the only people I've really seen it are like college kids, like for them, it's an excuse to get drunk, and that's fine. But like, honestly, like here's my biggest gripe with that holiday is, and it's been known, like if we share this out loud, it's the fact that it's not about Mexican independence. That's in September. It's literally about how we beat the freaking Europeans. I forgot.
It was the French.
The French.
The Battle of Pueblo, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. That's the day we beat the French. Like it was a cool, like fucking war. It was awesome at the moment, but no, I don't see anyone celebrating it.
It's really common more in America than it is in Mexico. Mexico, it's not, if I'm not mistaken, it's not celebrated at all.
No, like I don't, my tios and my tias in Mexico don't really celebrate it. They do celebrate Dia De Los Muertos. like this is what I mean. Like it's some like countries celebrate Dia De Los Muertos for weeks, and then Cinco de Mayo, it's just another Tuesday.
Which is interesting that you mentioned that with Cinco de Mayo, it's not just one day. If you see, I noticed lately on calendars, was from October 31st, Halloween, all the way up to November 2nd. Yeah. So it's interesting that it's not just, like you mentioned, it's not one day.
It's like a week, because like most commonly it's 3 days, because you celebrate a day of like the loss of the children, the day of, it's like a whole like ceremony basically to appreciate like generations, because it's not just older people we lost, there's also children that have been lost in the process, and we want to celebrate them too. But Cinco de Mayo, I've never really I'm being really honest, I've never in my life seen like people go, yeah, Cinco de Mayo. Like none of the
Cinco de Drinko. That's basically it.
And I have a friend who's Eddie. Eddie. Eddie's birthday falls around that day. You know what he does? Celebrates his birthday. Like I don't see his like family members making a big deal. And I'm just like, but his birthday is like, he jokes around. It's more sense to me. It's May the 6th,
Star Wars fans.
Whatever. It's just, that's my only gripe with that holiday being unnecessary. That's all I have to say about that.
That makes sense too. It's like, kind of goes back to Cinco de Mayo. It's the history behind it. Yes, though there's a lot of other wars, a lot of other things. It doesn't sit as heavy. Maybe it does for some people, though. It doesn't sit as heavy like Dia de los Muertos, where it's a whole celebration of life. If you could add or remove a holiday, what would it be and why?
Add a holiday or remove? That is a really good question. I like that.
I feel like Cinco de Mayo would probably be one of them, or
I would like to add it. I understand like if it's not like on the chart in the calendar, like it's always on the calendar, but I mean like kids don't go to school for it. They have to go to school.
Right.
I would love to add that as like a kind of like a little like holiday, but I feel like if I were to move an unnecessary holiday, because like a part of me, like, as much as I want to say I want to remove an unnecessary holiday, I cannot say that because for me, it might seem unnecessary, but someone could tell me straight up tell me, like, that is a necessary holiday because such. And I'll be like, okay, I totally agree with you. You know, like for me, Cinco de Mayo might mean nothing to me, but another Latino could come up to me and explain to me, like, it's very important. It's part of our history. It's part of this. And I'm like, okay, period. But why do I want to have a day off from it? but that's what I mean. Like, I don't see any holiday deemed as unnecessary. Is there one where if there's a holiday where we could have fun, it's fun, you know? My policy is as long as no one's getting hurt, then it's okay. If someone is, fucking remove that holiday from the calendar. So that's why I'm saying for like Columbus Day, I don't like that holiday being the holiday, but the fact that we're transforming it into Indigenous Day, that's much better for me.
Interesting. So it's almost wronging the righting the wrong, right? It's
wronging. We're trying to make the wrongs into rights now.
There it is.
Like the idea of like we're reclaiming some holidays. I think that's what I mean. Like holidays shouldn't be like if there's a holiday that's unnecessary, we could reclaim it and make it right. Period.
Definitely. Taco Tuesday, yay or nay?
Honestly,
how is there not a holiday for that yet?
Okay, I want to talk about that. There was a comedian who talked about that. Like, it's like you white people, really, you be mean to us, but you love our food. You really love our food. Be like, oh my God, we can't eat tacos all the time. We should make it Taco Tuesday. But do you see a Latino doing that? No. We don't see, because y'all white people be like, oh my God, Chipotle is my life. But you don't see a Latino being like, oh my God, Cracker Barrel is mi vida. We don't see that. And I honestly, that's what I love about it. Because be like, you love our food so much, you want to be us. I just can't help putting it out there. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like Taco Tuesday, every Tuesday could be Taco Tuesday. But
it's always Tuesday somewhere in the world.
But no, period. Work. I'm pretty sure we eat tacos after this too. I'm not gonna lie.
The tacos. The question is hard shell or soft shell? I feel like this is like a big one for a lot of people. I don't know if there's like a big one in the Latino community or.
I feel like a lot of people diss hard shell tacos because they think it's like very Americanized. Here's the thing. There's hard shell tacos in Mexico. And a lot of people are like, it's Americanized. No. The way America makes it is very American because the way they do it is they actually get a hard shell taco and then they put the toppings in. But the way they do it is get the soft shell taco, put their toppings in and fry it.
Right.
And that's how usually the hard shell taco is made because that's how it's originally made. You fry the taco. That's what it is. So I love both. I've tried both and they're really good. Soft though, I have to go harder with it because it filled me up more. With hard shell tacos, I feel like I could eat 5 and it won't do nothing. With like 5 like regular tacos. With regular tacos, sorry. We see my girl Jen, she's coming through. Anyway. Oh my God, she's gonna be part of the conversation. Oh my God, surprise guest.
Cool. Rather than finishing the episode, we decided to go get food. So, pass a smile, stay safe, always be awesome. Happy holidays. See you guys next season.